Everyone, back to another exciting episode of Attacker Productions. Today, I bank up once again by Jimmy.
Okay.
And we got Fluff. I just want to say he came out today.
What up, people?
All right. Jimmy brought out Towa. Fluff, I'll catch you later.
Right. Later, everybody.
See you, honky.
Jimmy brought out Towa, so we're going to go over it. You saw it on camera sometime this week. And yeah, the buttons and stuff in the description. Check it out.
So I was gaslit into thinking that we were doing more casual fun decks this week, and showed up with Token Towa just to have a little bit of fun, and then everybody is like flopping their dicks out on the table in their dick measuring contest of who can play the most meta deck.
Who gaslit you by any chance?
He's not important.
Did he show up today?
No, he did not. Playing Token Towa, the deck is fun. I do really enjoy playing this deck. It's just it's a little lackluster in some ways, and just gets beat by every deck that's better than it, which is all of them. But you're gonna play tokens, so attack, play a token, awaken. If you have 3 or less life or a specified 3 cost Unison, you'll untap 2 and then play a Demon Realm token. Backside, same auto, but you draw a card, and then activate May. You can bottom deck a card to play 2 tokens, and then activate Battle, Spirit Boost 1 for 1 black energy. You can target your Unison against 10k and double strike. So the leader's actually pretty solid. A lot of token generation, and you do get a lot of value off of that. We're going to Z deck first. There's not a lot of good black Z battle cards, so I just threw these in here. I don't have access to the Majin Boos. You would definitely run the Majin Boos in here, one that can suck something up and become a 25. I run this. This is specifically made for Deborah, because it says Deborah Zeno. But the activate main, you can bottom deck a card and then play a 2 or less card with swap. So it saves you energy, but it hurts your hand, and it's a 1 cost, 2Z energy, so it's not too hard to get out. Did not cast this once. I don't think you necessarily need it, because the swap card that you run in the deck is a 1-drop. So this might just be better for really grindy games, maybe. I don't know. I just threw it in here because it has some sort of synergy. You got to run tokens. You can use any you want. I'll run these because they're cute. But going into the main deck, for a early game Unison, Shinron, Unison Rescue, you're only ever going to activate the first effect, which is just a +1, target one of your scaleless battle cards, gains double strike, and you draw a card. So a little bit of draw early on. There are some situations where if your opponent has like a small Unison out, you can give one of your tokens double strike and swing into it with 5k, and deal some damage that way. So not completely irrelevant playing this card. And also your swap needs Spirit Boost, so this is just a set out there to also be a Spirit Boost target. The main Unison you're wanting to play is Super Mira. Auto, it'll give one of your tokens blocker at the end of the turn. +1, play 2 tokens. The other +1 is remove a token, draw a card, and then warp one of your opponent's battle cards. So very, very strong Unison. A little steep in the energy cost in black. You do get to untap 2, and you could awaken early at any life total. So if you're staying at 8, then you have 8 life at awaken. And he's a 20k base. Give it +10k with your leader and double strike, and then combo off the 2 tokens you played. So you just have big bodies swinging. I like the Unison. It's a little steep. Some games it feels really bad tapping 3 for him. New card, Poutine. This card has actually overperformed all night. I had it at 3 until this morning. I took out the Demigra package. So normally Towa is going to play the Demigra package that pulls the Poutine and gravy. I cut that. I wasn't super fond of it, so I threw her in as a replacement for one of the Demigras. Auto, you can remove a skillless battle card from game and draw a card when you combo with her, so she's a small little draw engine. And then activate May, you just pitch this top 5 for a Demon Realm race or a specified 3 cost Unison. So definitely a 4 of. I was dumb to think that you would have run this at 3. This card is fantastic. Our swap target, I thought I had 4 in the list, but I ended up only having 3. I don't know if I just lost the other or if I just forgot to put the other one in. But it's a swap 3 for Poutine, Spirit Boost 1. You do have to bottom deck a card because Bandai was scared of any of these cards being good. And then auto, you get to search top 3 for a Demon Realm Race or a Unison with no specified cost. So you can grab your Shinron, but you cannot grab your Mira. And then our 3-drop targets: Umbral Might, blocker, Dark Overrealm 3. You can play it through the Dark Overrealm. It's completely fine. All of your targets that have it is fine to play with. Most of the time, you're just going to be playing it off a swap. When it's played from hand, you get to play a token, and then activate battle is where this card really shines. You can remove a token, draw a card, switch her to active mode, and it gains 10k. So she becomes a 25k attacker or a 25k blocker, and she's in active mode, so you can either attack or block with her again. So very versatile card, super strong. Probably the best target to play off of your swap. Another option is Dark Sorcerer. This is just for, again, more grindy matchups. If your opponent's playing a lot of cards by skill, you can tap it down, which is every deck, and then when activate counter. I did not cast this once, mainly because it never lined up for me to be able to play it. But I can guarantee you this card would give me a lot of value today if I was able to. And then 2 of the promos. Card is just really strong, but very situational. It's a 5k blocker that will just take one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 4 or less and switch it to active mode. This one's a little steep in the Dark Overrealm because Dark Overrealm 3 for 2 energy, so you normally always want to play it off of Annihilation at hand. This card is really good in some matchups. Just being able to snipe, even like I played a Golden Frieza testing this deck over the week, and I was able to snatch one of their 1-drop Ginyus, and that was the only 1-drop Frieza army that they saw for the next 2 turns. So they couldn't recur it with their Gohan Unison, and just basically locked them out of their leader ability for a couple turns. Again, that was very niche. Most of the time they're going to have it, but just this card can be really, really strong. 2 of the Shrooms. Barrier removal, activate main for 1, plays if you have a token in play. Critical Body, you do have to Spirit Boost, so that's why this one's at a 2 of, because if you just don't have a Unison up, you don't get its auto. But any sort of barrier removal is really good. The better half, the Salsa. So this is just an auto limit 1, has the same activate main, but it's a top 5 search for Demon Realm Race or your Unisons. So you need to see them. So these are the Salsas are fantastic. The Shroom does have time where he shines, but not as often as the Salsa. The Towa SR, we'll start over. Towa, play the card, is good. Double strike. Tech option, run the 4-star ball package. Venture begins, grab the 4-star balls. Since you are going to be bottom decking cards for your Poutine, you can bottom deck your 4-star and then grab it back. Your tokens are skillless battle cards, so you can swing with them and then make them 15Ks. It's got a lot of like really, really nice uses, and since you really need to focus on your resources, being able to know that you can combo off a card for 5k and then get it right back is very nice. Crisis Crusher, you just have to main it. You have to respect BMS. You're not seeing a lot of BMS in the game right now, but if your opponent just happens to be playing it, you have to have this card to deal with it. It does not shine in a lot of other matchups. I did try to make use of it just for the matchups that you don't see BMS, which, spoiler, we do run the Vegeta Super Combo. It's important because they're 5Ks, or not really, they don't have to match, but we do run Thordings. Thording is a weird card, and that on text on card it is fantastic. In a power vacuum, it is just an insane card. Some decks can just out it, and they don't sweat this. But if you can play this at a time where your opponent doesn't expect it or have already used their outs on other cards that you've played, this card can end games. But I do run it mainly because you have to run the Crisis Crushers, because if you just run into BMS, you lose the game if you can't remove it. So just to get some use out of it when your opponent's not playing BMS. 2 Bardocks, just draw cards, always good. Token negates, third token negates. I run 2 of the minus energy Powerball, mainly because my other black decks don't play Unisons, so I want to get use out of the card that needs a Unison, because I spent way too much money on these pretty ones when the card come out, and I don't think they're worth anything now. But also barrier removal is really strong, even if it is niche. French Champa, you have to run the French one. 1 Finn, done nothing all day. Every time I drew it, I want to put it in my energy or combo it off. It is a very nice field wipe. It's deflect, so it's coming out. It's really going to get its effect. I think the fact that your opponent gets to keep 1 card, in a lot of matchups, there's just a lot of fluff and then 1 good card, so they're just going to target their good card and then blow up the rest. And you do choose, so they can just choose their non-barrier card and then keep all of their barriers. So, again, this is probably better as a sideboard. Super Kamehameha, counterplay. Protector. I played this card because it's pretty. It is a nice bean, and it is a max power in some ways. But having the Z Battle card in play or a Z Leader just never happens. If you run the Majin Buu, it might be worth running this card, but I'm just going to cut it because the Senzu Bean is not worth it. 1 Fu, it's again drawing cards. It's a good game ender. And then, speaking of game enders, card is insane. Card is fantastic. Probably one of the best secret rares in the game. Just the amount that this card does for 2 energy is just bonkers. And if you're playing black and don't have this card, go ahead and get it because it is 100% worth it.
I think it's going up in price.
Yeah,
next.
Yeah. If you are planning on playing black, go ahead and buy this card because it is just going to skyrocket.
With that being said, thank you for the opportunity. And keep in mind, there's buttons, descriptions. Bye.